Hey dudes and chicks and neither if those rules don't apply to you, welcome to Makeup for Lost Time. My name is Katie. Today I am doing a declutter. So if you're interested in seeing what palettes I want to get rid of, then just hang out. Okay, so I'm going to start by saying that I decided to include all my palettes, but the ones that I'm keeping aren't the focus. I'm not going to open them. I'm just going to go through them because I literally just went through a palette collection not very long ago. The only reason why I'm doing this right now is because I'm going to declutter this shit and I wanted to show you guys what I want to get rid of. So that's the first thing. The second thing is I'm just doing a little house cleaning stuff right here. Is that I'm wearing my glasses because I decided to give my eyes a little rusty poo from contacts, and whenever I wear my lashes with my contacts, my eyes tend to get really dry, and so since I'm not filming a look, I decided to just wear my glasses. So this is me in my glasses looking all smart and shit. Maybe you guys will trust my decisions a little more now that you see how smart I am. So I'm going to start with the palettes that are new, and I'm not going to open them because a lot of them you guys don't even know I have yet. And also these are all palettes that are singles. I don't have anything else from that brand. So I have the We Makeup palette that I built. I have the Beauty Bay Pastels palette, and I'm not getting rid of these. I'm keeping those. I have the e.l.f. Earth and Ocean palette. I've used it one time. I filmed it and then didn't upload it. I'm getting rid of it. It's a good palette. It's just, I'm just getting rid of it. I'm never going to use it. I have so many other things that are so fucking good that I'm never going to touch this. I have the Alma palette. Not getting rid of that. I have the Natasha Denona Gold palette. It's one of the only neutral palettes that I'm keeping. It's hilarious because I was having a conversation on Instagram with Michelle from Makeup with Michelle, and I was like, I think I'm just going to get rid of all my neutral palettes. I don't even know why I keep them. And she's like, don't get hasty. And I'm like, yeah, I think I'm getting hasty. So this is the Certify Affinity 2 palette. I'm not getting rid of it. Keeping that. The Creepy Cute palette. Keeping that. My Pat McGrath palette. I'm barely keeping this. Like, I literally am keeping it for 2 colors, period. That's it. And because it was so expensive, but those 2 colors are like worth keeping the palette. I'm keeping my Paulina palette. I'm keeping my Hasina 2 palette. I'm keeping my Smoky Glow palette. This is from Unicorn Gang Shop, the Fae, Secrets of the Fae. I'm keeping that. My Aphrodite palette by Ditto Cosmetics. Keeping that. My OMFG Cosmetics, what is this? The Sugar and Sweets palette. Keeping that. My Elysian palette, definitely fucking keeping that. I mean, not definitely. My Sweeter Dreams palette, keeping that. My Sakura palette, keeping that. My Dose of Colors and Katie and Desi Friendcation palette, I'm decluttering this. I literally, the mattes, there's not a deep enough shade in here for me. I fucking am scared I'm going to break the blue. I have a couple blues, at least one for sure that almost dupes it, if not exactly dupes it. Since they sent it back to me with the replacement blue, I haven't used it. I haven't even touched it. Or no, I have used it, but I haven't used the blue. So I was like, that was my favorite shade. That's pretty much the blue and the green are the only reasons why I bought this palette, and I'm getting rid of it. It's just going to sit there. I'm never going to fucking use it. My Envy palette, it's all greasy from how much I've used it this week. I'm keeping that. My Neon Drip palette, you guys know I love that shit. I'm keeping that. My Juicy Olive, keeping it. My Tokyo Harajuku palette, I'm keeping it. Okay. This one is fucked, okay? Because this is my Viseart Grand Pro Volume 2 palette. It's all shimmers and metallics and glitters and sparkles and everything that should be delightful. This is what the color story looks like. I am not decluttering this, but I almost did. And then I started swatching it. You guys know how it goes. You're like, I'm getting rid of this. And then you like see one color and you swatch it and blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to keep I'm pulling these colors out. I'm pulling the colors that I like out and I'm giving the rest away. This is a $175 palette. And I'm going to do something to it that's gonna make it not resellable. And I'm just gonna give the rest away. The shadows that I'm going to keep are pretty much this whole bottom row, this blue, this, and maybe these 2, and this. I'm keeping 9 colors out of this, and I'm getting rid of the rest of them. That's painful. I probably won't be doing that again. My Glam Light Cake palette, I'm keeping it. My Tasty Avocado palette, I almost decluttered it, but I think I'm going to keep it just because it's cute, and also because I might do a Battle of the Greens palette, which this will lose. This will lose. In a Battle of the Greens palette, I have so many fucking badass green palettes. This is gonna fucking lose. But I'm also keeping it because it's so fucking adorable. You guys know, it's so adorable. You're just like, oh. So I'm keeping that, but barely. My popcorn palette, I'm getting rid of it. My two Rebel Rouge Labs palettes, I haven't even touched them yet. I'm keeping those. My two Sweet Shop palettes that I have, and I'm getting the other three in the mail shortly. I'm keeping those. These are fucking good. Actually, those kind of made me like decide like, there's some shit. So here's what happened. One morning I woke up and I did a video. I'll link it up in the cards. The Quick and Dirty, I did it with the OMFG Cosmetics Violet Ink palette, and it was so good and it was so easy to use that I just realized like, my collection is so good, I don't fucking need to keep shit that is like okay, or even like stuff that I don't use. Like my collection is fucking veritable. It is a veritable cornucopia of colors and wonders. And so I don't need to keep shit. Right? I'm keeping all three of my Moon Slice Beauty palettes. Sorry, is this fucking boring? I'm keeping, okay, so here's the deal. I'm keeping the Tribe, my Juvia's Place, and I decluttered the Zulu palette and gave it to my daughter, but then when I did that look with I did that green and teal and yellow look with the Melt Cosmetics, and I'll link that one up in the cards too. I don't remember what it was, but the look was so, it just screamed this palette, and I thought, that's what the fuck you do with that palette. So I said, Zoe, I'm gonna take that back, and she's like, okay. So I took it back, and I'm not sorry. These are my 4 Alien Cosmetics palettes. These are becoming the new love of my life. I've got Stellar Sunsets, I've got Fairy Frolic, I've got Summer on Earth, and I've got Pluto. I'm keeping those. I'll just grab these while I'm down here. While you're down there. Just kidding. Nobody gets that. I've got the Gold Rush palette from Profusion. I've got the Electric Blues from Profusion, and I've got the Emeralds from Profusion. 2 of those I haven't even used, so I still have to pop their cherries. And then this Emeralds palette is like fucking magic. It's like emeralds. It's like precious gems. I've got my 2 P. Louise palettes. I've got Love Tapes and I've got Secret Sinner. I'm keeping those obvi. I've got my 2 Carnivals with one on the way. I'm keeping those obvi. I have all of the Kaleidos palettes. Well, all of these Kaleidos palettes, I'm keeping these. I've got these 3 Menagerie. I've got Feral, I've got Whale Song, and I've got Violet Ink. I'm keeping those. Now we're getting in, oh, I've got these 3 Sugar Pill palettes, and I'm keeping all of these. The Fun Size and the 2 Capsule. Okay, this is where it's gonna get a little more satisfying. I'm just gonna tell you right now, I'm not getting rid of any of my Lime Crime. I've got the Venus XL, I've got the Venus 3, the Venus 2, the Venus, and the Venus Immortalis. I'm keeping all of those. These are the 3 Norvina palettes, Pro Pigment palettes. I'm keeping all of these for now. Did I just get shadowed by darkness because my higher power doesn't agree with me saying for now? These are the palettes that I have, my ABH, like this style, the Bomb palettes. I'm keeping Subculture. I'm keeping Soft Glam. I'm barely keeping Modern Renaissance. I just feel like I just can't let it go, even though I know I probably won't ever wear it again. And I'm keeping the original Norvina palette, and I feel like that is a good stack of those. I am getting rid of Sultry. This is what the color story looks like. It's bomb. The browns are great. I don't do brown. I just don't. And then this is the Jackie Aina palette. I think I have used this once, and I think I did film it. Maybe not. I'm not sure. I don't remember. I don't think I did. Maybe I did. All these palettes. Okay, so anyways, this is the Jackie Aina palette. I'm decluttering it. So I'm getting rid of Jackie Aina and I'm getting rid of Sultry. Did you guys want to see what the popcorn palette looks like that I'm decluttering? This is what the color story looks like in the popcorn palette. And it's really just the colors that are super deep in this palette, which is literally only this one. It kind of doesn't match anything else. And also it's not really that deep once you get it on the eyes. So that's why this color story doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And the shimmers are really lackluster for me. Sorry. I mean, I don't mean to be a dick. I don't mean to be, but okay, I'm a water snob and I'm a fucking palette snob, a shadow snob. What? I mean, what do you want? I'm fucking decluttering a Viseart palette, so come on. Okay, so if you guys don't remember when I did my palette collection, I said that I was gonna use it, I was gonna put this in a use it or lose it. This is the Dark Magic palette. I filmed the video and the eye look looked so fucking bad that I never tried it again. I never uploaded the video. It was just shit. So I'm decluttering that for sure this time. This is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill Ring the Alarm. The color story looks like this. It's pretty fucking great. I'm decluttering it. I like it. I'm just decluttering it. And this is the Armed and Gorgeous palette. The color story looks like this, and I'm decluttering it. I just don't really get into that color story anymore. This is the Jaclyn Hill palette, the original. I'm keeping this. Sorry, I was gonna declutter it like a motherfucker, but here's the deal. I'm keeping it because I've got 2 weddings coming up, and I think I'm going to use it for weddings. And the one reason why is because of this color right here, Smoky But Natural, SBN. I remember Jaclyn Hill saying whenever she did weddings, somebody would say, I want my eye makeup to still be smoky but still natural. And so she made a color called Smoky But Natural, and it's right here. And I'm nervous that if I do a wedding and I'm going to need something smoky but natural, that's like a no-brainer for me. So I'm keeping it, but I'm taking it to my school and that's it. Like I'm putting it in a kit and that's it. I'm not keeping it forever. So this is the Ice Fantasy, the 35i. The color story looks like this. As far as the mattes, the pigment isn't that great. I mean, it's a decent palette. I'm decluttering this. Rid. Gone. Bye. There's no fucking reason for me to keep this. Goodbye. I'm not decluttering all my Morphe palettes. This is the Boss Mood palette. I think I'm going to keep this for one more round. This is the 35H palette. I'm keeping that. The Volume 2 Jaclyn Hill, I'm keeping that. I actually mulled over that this morning for quite some time and I'm keeping it. This is the 3503 Fierce by Nature. I just used it for a look that will be going up tomorrow night. This is what the color story looks like. I'm getting rid of it. This is the Such a Gem palette by Morphe. I'm keeping that, which is kind of obsolete. Okay, here we go. So this is the original Artistry palette by Morphe. I've never put a brush to it. I've never swatched it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, nothing. This is what the color story looks like. You guys are all familiar. I'm getting rid of it. I've never even really opened it. I feel like I got it right before quarantine, and so I just never really was that interested. And then this is the James Charles palette. It looks like this. I've tried my hardest to like this palette. Fuck this palette. I don't give a fuck about it. It's going melt. You guys are going to be surprised at what I'm unable to part with on melt. Okay, I have the stacks. I have the Dark Matter stack. I'm keeping that. I have the Baby Girl stack. Yeah, I think it's called the Baby Girl stack or the Baby Doll stack. I think it's Baby Girl. Anyways, I'm keeping it. This is the original She's in Parties stack. I'm keeping this. It's very good. This is the 420 palette. I've never used it. I've never swatched it. I'm going to, I think I'm going to still pop its cherry and then I'm probably going to declutter it. This is the Millennial Pinks palette. I'm keeping that. Gemini, I'm keeping. Vida Muerte, I'm keeping. Impulsive, I'm decluttering. This is what the color story looks like. Don't let it fool you. It doesn't fucking work. It's not a standalone palette. Like, you can come up with some really good looks, but if you have any other fucking palette, you can come up with better. Promise. Jeffree Star, I'm keeping Bloodlust, I'm keeping Blood Sugar, and I'm keeping Blue Blood. They're like some of my favorites. I can't. I just can't, you guys. Fuck, come on. This is the Cremated palette. I have never used it. I've swatched it several times. It came at a bad time. I'm honestly not sure why I ordered it. I feel like there isn't a good range of deep and light. I feel like I just feel like there's not a lot of deep. And so, to tell you the truth, the only reason why I want to keep this palette is for this one color. It's the Angel of Death. And plus, it's named after a fucking Slayer song. How could I not love that? Anyways, this is the swatch. So if any of you guys know a single shadow that is black like that, that's like that. It's black, but it's metallic. It's like metallic black, and it's I feel like it's unique to my collection. I don't have anything like it. So if you guys know of something that I could buy to dupe this, just a single or something. And then I also like Diamond Ashes, which is a white. And so I was going to use this to do one of my Halloween looks, and I had a really great fucking idea. So if you guys can know of some brand that can dupe that metallic black and that metallic white, I would really appreciate it if you would leave it in the comments, because I'm giving this away to somebody who's really special to me, who doesn't know or give a fuck about any of this shit, and this color story is her jam. So this is a fucking $52 palette, and like, I'm super excited to give this to her. Okay, these are my Ace Beauté palettes. I am keeping the Oceanic palette. I'm keeping the Flare palette. I mean, this is not news to you guys. Okay, this is Classical Paradise. It's a fall palette. It really looks Thanksgiving-y to me. I've literally never used it. I've never made a look with it. I have held on to it because I love Ace Beauté and because I've been a completionist. I'm decluttering it. It's a good fall palette. Don't get me fucking wrong. It is. And also I have other really good fall palettes, and I have 100 palettes that I can make fall looks out of, so it doesn't even fucking matter. I'm getting rid of it just because I just don't use it. It isn't because, I mean, it just looks exactly like a fucking Thanksgiving turkey that you make out of construction paper in grade school. I mean, and some people love that. Some people like that, right? I am just not going to use it. And then we have Paradise Fallen. You guys know I ain't getting rid of that. And then Blossom Passion. I'm not getting rid of that. And Slice of Paradise. I'm not getting rid of that. This is the Ace Beauté Grandiose palette. It reminds me a lot of the original Venus palette and the Venus XL, and also I think it's really great. I think that this color Cinnamon is badass, and so is this color Myrtle. I think they're really unique. I'm gonna declutter it because I'm never gonna use it. I really don't even wear that color story anymore, but even if I did wear it again, I'll just buy the palette. If I ever find myself just a hankering for the Grandiose palette, I'll buy it. That's the other thing, is if my tastes change, I'll go buy them. You know what I mean? I'll just buy them. Okay, we're getting down to the end here. Man, that was fast. I wonder how many palettes I have. I didn't count. These are my ColourPop monochromatic palettes. I have the Smoke Show. I'm keeping that. I have the In a Trance palette. This was really what sealed the deal for me on a declutter. The In a Trance palette looks like this. The pigment is shit. No, it's okay. It's not shit. It's okay. But I'm getting rid of it. The shimmers are fucking great. Oh my god, I'm gonna swatch this and change my mind. No, I'm not. Nope, no swatchy. No swatchy. So I'm getting rid of the In a Trance palette. The pressed glitters in this are fucking bomb. I've used it once. This is the Aura and Out palette. The color story looks like this. This is the like 2 of 3 parts of a tie-dye collection. I'm getting rid of this. Those greens leave a little to be desired. This is the Strawberry Shake palette. It's never been used. I've had it for at least a year. It's never been used. So this is what the color story looks like. It's super cute. I'm getting rid of it. It seems to me like ColourPop reds don't really have staying power on my eyes, and I don't know if it's my primer or what the deal is, but ColourPop doesn't work for me that well. I have the Main Squeeze palette. There are parts of this palette that I feel like I can't live without, and then the other parts of it are like, it makes me sad to see it go, but I'm getting rid of this. Ow. Sorry. This is the Ooh La La palette. I'm keeping that. This is the Blue Moon palette. I'm keeping that. This is the Orange You Glad palette, and this almost didn't make the cut because I have so many amazing oranges, and I'm gonna tell you, I don't know why. I just feel like I want to use this before I get rid of it. This is the It's My Pleasure palette. I'm keeping this. And this is the Aha Honey palette, and I'm keeping this. Okay. These are those 3 Makeup Obsession minis that were like maybe perhaps going to be dupes for something. I'm going to show you something. Besides the fact of how little they are, and I'm going to show you with a Voldemorphe M506. A Voldemorphe M506 tip of the brush almost covers the entire fucking thing. I don't even care about that. What I care about is the fact that there's no fucking mattes in this palette. Whose idea of a sick joke was this? It's total bullshit. I'm decluttering it. I'm giving it to my kid. So the Sweet Like Candy, that was the Ocean Blues by Makeup Obsession. This is the Sweet Like Candy by Makeup Obsession. It does have mattes, but I don't need them. You know, I'm just going to give these to my daughter. She's fucking super excited about it, and I told her I had to film this declutter before I gave it to her. So this is the color story. I'm decluttering it. And then the Keep It Fresh, I thought was going to be like a dupe for the Mint to Be palette. It's all fucking shimmers. There's only one matte in there, and I think it's a satin. I'm not keeping that shit. So I'm decluttering all 3 of those and giving them to Zozo. These are my 4 Hudas. Topaz Obsessions, I'm keeping that. Amethyst Obsessions, I'm keeping that. The 2 Neon Obsessions I have, the pink and the orange, I'm keeping those. So I went in and I swatched the shimmers again, and I just decided that I'm not ready to part with them yet, but they almost didn't. In fact, all 4 of these almost didn't make it. Like, honestly, like if I keep this Huda, that like makes up for these 2 Vault palettes, right? Let's see. My shit's gonna turn off here any second. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's enough orange. That's enough fall time orange to last me a fucking lifetime. Look at this. For sure. So I'll keep that and get rid of these with a clear conscience. And my Norvina Mini Volume 1, I'm keeping that. Okay, so I had 122 palettes and I decluttered 25. So I thought that wasn't a very good declutter, but 25 palettes to declutter is fucking good enough for the guys I date. So if that's not good enough, for you animals, I don't know what else to tell you. So, I mean, this is quite a bit. Let me get these like organized so that I can like raise them up in a toast, a farewell toast. I like to organize palettes by shape. I just do. Okay, so I'm getting rid of these. I'm getting rid of these. And I'm getting rid of these. And I just feel like that's going to make my shit a lot more manageable. Like, I mean, I had buildup. Like, it was building up. And, like, I just don't need these. I have so much great shit. Why the fuck? You know what I mean? Why try to cram it? I'm not trying to have all the palettes in the world. I just want to have all the colors in the world. So anyways, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell because you can't wait to see what happens next. Hit the like button if you like this video or if you just like my sparkling personality and my boyish charm. And hang out with me in the comments because I fucking love it. And I actually do love it. Like, it makes my day. I love having chats with you guys. So fucking do it. Hang out with me in the comments. Just hang out with me. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. You guys could have been anywhere, but you were here spending your valuable time with moi. And I totally appreciate you. Later.